signed on 16th of August 2024. It appears from page 30 to 35 of volume 1 of the governor's response. Ibrahim, let's just go straight to what has brought you here in light of the time that we have. Have you read the impeachment motion that has been brought against the governor?
Yes, I have.
Specifically, have you read count 3, which largely talks about financial issues, most of which have been the subject of discussion yesterday and today morning?
Yes, I have, and particularly manual payroll and alleged irregular payment of allowances to doctors.
Very well. So let's go to the motion, count 3. I just want you to look at the grounds under that count. The first one reads irregular payment of emergency call allowances to doctors and medical officers using the wrong rates, contrary to sections 45 and 46 of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act and others mentioned there. And the second one reads use of manual payroll, contrary to section 6.7.6 of the County Financial Accounting Reporting Manual. The wordings of those grounds, do you recall where else they have been picked from?
Yes, I did. I can report that I have interacted with similar wordings that have been, this motion or these wordings have been picked directly from the office, the report of Auditor General for the Meru County Executive for the year 2022, or financial year 2022-2023.
And the same report is also produced in the County Assembly Exhibit of Documents at page 347. So you confirm that you are saying that these very grounds that form part of count 3 have actually been plucked from the audit report in the same manner of wording?
Yes, the Auditor General report for the financial year 2022-2023.
So I want you to demonstrate that this audit report is not unique and doesn't raise unique issues. So people would be wondering, what is so wrong in this audit report? Are there peculiar issues in this report? So I want us to go to that report and particularly read for us the opinion of the Auditor General. This report at page 341 of the Assembly documents, volume 2, page 341. Sorry, it is at page 333. It starts at page 333 of volume 2, exhibits into support of the impeachment motion. So that is one of the major documents that has been submitted in support of the impeachment motion. But Ibrahim, I want you to go to page 341 and particularly read paragraph 2 that appears at the top of that page.
Yes, I will read. This is a opinion of the Auditor General, that in my opinion, except for the effect of the matters described in the basis for qualified opinion section of my report, the financial statements present fairly, in all material respects, the financial position of Meru County Executive as at 30th June 2023, and of its financial performance and its cash flows for the year then ended, in accordance with international public sector accounting standards, that is cash basis, and comply with the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and the County Government Act 2012.
Okay, if you remember the wordings of the impeachment motion, you recall that the motion accuses the governor of violating those very laws that the Auditor General confirms that the county executive has complied with. Is that true?
True, that is very true.
Okay, perhaps you could enlighten this House on the nature of opinions that would ordinarily be rendered pursuant to an audit report.
Oh, thank you, Honorable Speaker and the Honorable Senators. There are a number of audit opinions that an auditor may give, given the kind of a financial statement he or she has come across. One, there is unqualified report. Unqualified report means that the documents that have been provided and the financial statements do agree. Then the next is qualified report. Qualified report means that the documentation that has been provided and the financial statements do agree. However, there are just some minor items or matters within the report. Then there is adverse report. Adverse report means there are quite a number of issues that do not agree. The financial statements and also the documentation that has been provided.
Okay,
then
very well.
There is a disclaimer of opinion.
Okay, very well. Where does the opinion of the county executive fall?
It falls in the qualifying report, and I will also explain. If you go if you check the Green Book by the Auditor General for the year 2023, you will find by the county executives in Kenya, there are 47. There is no single county executive that has unqualified report. However, 41 county executives have qualified report, and 6 have adverse opinions. In our case, Meru County Executive has qualified audit opinion or audit report.
And you confirm that Meru County is not one of those 6 which have adverse opinions?
It is not among them.
And have you had a chance to also review audit reports of the County Assembly of Meru for the current year, for the previous years? Do they form the same opinion? Or
yes,
what is the nature of the
I have, and Honorable Senators and Honorable Speaker, if you check also from the Green Book for the county assemblies, County Assembly of Meru is within the qualifying reports. In Kenya, there are 3 county assemblies that have unqualified reports.
Okay,
however, County Assembly of Meru is in the qualified report where the county executive of Meru is also in.
So, Ibrahim, what you are telling this House is that there is nothing unique about the report of the county executive of Meru.
There is nothing unique, and indeed, a qualifying report is, as I said, the documentation and the financial statements are agreeing.
Okay, very well. I want you to tell us what would have been the recommendation of the Auditor General if there was something so materially in breach of the law.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and the Honorable Senators. An Auditor General, if there are particular substantive issues within maybe within financial statements, he or she may recommend for a forensic audit. He may recommend either for a special audit, and if a county assembly committee or a Senate committee has considered those reports, may recommend for such change where there is a loss of money. They may recommend for particular, like investigative bodies to take up the matter, or they may also reprimand a certain officer for any matter, any omission or commission within the financial statements.
That satisfies it. So what you are saying is actually contained in the Public Audit Act, and I want you to just confirm that that is what you are saying at Section 53 and Section 54, and Section 37 also talks about forensic audit. So just confirm that what you are explaining is actually what is in the law.
That is very true, Council.
I want you to just confirm by looking at the Act, the Public Audit Act. Is that Section 54? What does it say? We can start with Section 53.
53, okay. Thank you, Honorable Speaker and the Honorable Senators. Implementation of reports by an accounting officer, that is 53.1. The relevant accounting officer of a state organ or public entity shall, within 3 months after Parliament has considered and made recommendations on the audit report, A, take the relevant steps to implement the recommendations of Parliament in the report of the Auditor General, or B, give explanations in writing to the Parliament on why the report has not been acted upon.
Okay, just stop there. Counsel for the Assembly started when he was answering the questions before the senators. I quote him, he said, action must ensue from the audit report. How does action arise from the audit report? Is that what you're reading at Section 53?
Yes, and these actions ensue from an audit report. I want to explain to Honorable Senate that an audit report by itself, it's not a final report. It must have, that is why a number of, the County Assembly or the Parliament must consider the recommendations or the opinion. In fact, the audit report is an opinion of the Auditor General. Why is it an opinion? It is an opinion because when the auditor was auditing the books, the time was limited. It was, in fact, the audit is just a sampling. It's not a forensic or a complete audit. So there must be an event after the audit report for a complete investigation of matters where a number of them are dropped and other issues or other matters are taken up by other institutions.
So what you're saying is that the submission of the audit report in itself is not the end of the audit process.
Indeed, it is not, and that is what this provisions is putting.
Have you ever been summoned by the County Assembly to shed light on the audit report?
For this particular audit report for the financial year 2022-2023, I have not.
Okay, very well. Let's go to the issues that have been raised in those two counts we have made reference to. There is the issue of the manual payroll. So why was there a manual payroll used for that period? Maybe you could explain very briefly what leads to the use of a manual payroll.
Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators, a manual payroll means an individual has been paid outside the system, that is the automated system, or that is the IPPD. Okay, and so this happens.
Okay, go on.
It happens when an individual has been recruited before one is formally assigned the IPPD number, which does not end and finish with the county executive, before he or she get that number, then he or she, for him or her to get that.
Just to cut you short, who gives the IPPD numbers?
It is given by the Directorate of Personnel Management in the Ministry of Public Service in the national government.
And have you produced evidence to show that the county executive actually applied for these numbers and how long it takes?
In fact, in the evidence that I have provided.
So, Honorable Senators, it is the evidence is in Volume 1B of the Governor's bundle of documents from page 190, page 183 to 184. From page 183 to 194. The documents contained in those pages, what do they show in summary? Very briefly, what do those documents reveal?
Okay, let me begin with page 183. It's KM28. It shows a request for personal numbers by the Department of Public Service of the County Executive of Meru, which was done on 11th December,
yes,
2023.
When was the response received?
Council and the honorable members of the Senate, 186, page 186, KM29, it indicates that this response was done or came back on 19th March 2024.
So what does that time, how many months are those? Okay, was it within a very short time?
No, it wasn't Council.
Okay, so you are essentially saying that it takes time.
It takes time, and also to explain a bit further, for these are the newly recruited officers. For the officers that are coming from other state agencies, it may even take a year or even more time, because for them to be cleared, for instance, if that officer under mortgage with the other institution, for them to release that data, it might take even a longer time.
Okay, very well. That supports your evidence on the delay. So, tell us, have you addressed this issue elsewhere?
Yes, this matter was also in the audit report for the financial year 2021-2022, where the county executive appeared before the County Public Accounts Committee of the Senate.
And did you write a response to the Senate on that very issue?
Yes, I wrote and even explained myself.
Yes, is it the response that appears on page 180 to 182 of Volume 1B of the Governor's documents? Page 180 to 182 of Volume 1B of Governor's documents. Is that the response you're talking about?
Very, very true. In fact, it begins with the invitation of it indicates.
We can leave the details, but I just wanted you to confirm that you were actually were invited to by the Public Accounts Committee of the Senate.
Absolutely, so yes.
What is the current status? Is that an issue in Meru County as we speak?
In fact, from the information and evidence, this matter has since been resolved from the 1st of April, 2024.
Okay, so, and 1st of April, that means that this issue was resolved even before the impeachment motion before this very House?
Absolutely so.
To the best of your knowledge, was the county assembly informed of this resolution of the manual payroll issue?
It wasn't, because this matter is appearing in the audit report for the financial. It's also appearing in the audit report for the financial year 2022-2023. If the Public Accounts Committee for the County Assembly, if they had invited the county executive to address these matters in the audit report, they would have certified themselves.
Okay, so you mean to say that this issue was resolved and it is the very issue that the Assembly wants the governor impeached on?
Very true.
And have you seen the issue elsewhere in the County Assembly?
Yeah, the County Assembly also, not all, this matter, to explain, it's not a matter unique to only the County Executive of Meru. It is also a matter that also has appeared in the 2021-2022. If you peruse that audit report, you will find that the County Assembly of Meru and a similar issue.
Okay, so that appears at page 247 to 326 of volume 1B of the governor's documents. Now let us go to the issue of the doctors' pay. The governor has been accused of paying doctors' allowances illegally, and as you said earlier, that issue has been picked from the same audit report. Now, what was the basis of making this payment?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and honorable members of the Senate. This matter arose from a return to work formula it was an issue that arose. This formula, or the return to work formula, is dated 18th April 2017. There are correspondences that are made by the Ministry of Health concerning the matter, what they resolved, so and what they agreed. And so then the same is copied to the Council of Governors.
Okay, sorry to cut you short, but the correspondence you're talking about, is it the correspondence found in page 327 to 330 of volume 1B of Governor's documents? Is that the correspondence confirming that the County Assembly, the County Executive of Meru was actually within the law in making that payment?
Absolutely so.
So those are the documents that you wish to rely on to confirm that payment?
Very true.
Page 327 to 330 of volume 1B of the governor's documents. Okay, let us then move on to, but before we move on from there, so this issue that you are saying relates to payment of doctors relating to the CBA of 2017. Are you familiar with the recent developments relating to doctors' strikes and the implementation of this CBA?
Oh, okay. Let me make a